Hi guys, for the relative beginners, I'm Dr. Vandana. I'm an orthodontist in Sydney, and I just want to welcome you to the program. Just one sec, guys. I'm just gonna change my view. It's okay, it's fine. So before I begin with the assessments, for some of you who are relatively new and some have just joined, I just want to quickly go over your Boss My account, because we still get a lot of people asking us, how do I book coaching session? How do I go into the library? Where are the list of my webinars? As you all know, everything is here in your Boss portal. So I'm going to bring it up. Um, what I want you to look at, sorry, just one sec. Are you seeing my screen here? Not yet. Okay, just one sec. Okay, so basically what I want you to do is really pay attention to it. You are able to book online coaching directly from here. So this is your Boss dashboard. From this dashboard, you can literally go to many features that you need. Just remember this website. It's a good idea to save it. The digitalorthodontist.com, my account. Just bookmark it somewhere in your browser. So basically, I've just logged in as myself to show you something. If where you're going to go is places like the forum, the Slack forum. So if you've been given access to it, you're able to launch directly from here and you're able to chat. The general channel is, really there for general chit chat about ortho. Now, remember, these are orthodontics, so try to keep it orthodontic based. The 10905 NAT channel is all about the 10905 NAT program, which is an Australian accredited diploma. So often, because we also have other people in this Slack group that are doing the UK diploma. And so we separate them in different groups. So you'll often see announcements about the course or assessments in here. The case discussion channel should be everyone's favorite, because the amount of cases we discuss here is quite a lot. Some are very detailed. Manisha is uploading really excellent records and summaries and asking questions. But many of you are like uploading there. And what's amazing is that literally majority of you were beginners. So when you were beginners, you didn't like have the confidence initially the first few months to ask questions. Then as you get into the program, you see that confidence change, and you can see how, you're diagnosing, you're kind of giving me a great summary, excellent records, and then asking me really relevant questions. So I really enjoy this channel. So I feel free to post here. But the more information you provide, the more I'm going to actually give you. Now, if you don't have good records, good information, it's hard for me to answer. So it'll be very generic, or sometimes I don't even like to answer. So this channel is also great for learning for beginners, where you'll see my responses. You can go into the past history and have a look at what I'm trying to say here. And you'll also see, another channel here called Journal Club. Now, Journal Club, I do post some relevant things as new updates come. So if there's a new paper, I've kind of told you, look, this is my summary. This is what I've read. This is what I believe. And often you'll get a little my verdict. So my verdict is what I think this paper is saying, and is it relevant to me? And you can also find this in your e-learning portal. I also update it in the e-learning portal. Okay, so it's a nice way for me to just update you as new articles come that I think are very interesting or something you should know. Webinar cases is where you should be posting if you have a case to discuss. So just write down, hi, I'd like to discuss my next case at the next webinar. And then that way we just know how many people approximately are presenting at the next case discussion webinar. So now I'm just going to stop share, and I'm just going to go back into my PowerPoint. The other thing is, you are able from this My account to go to your library, which is your Science Direct library. Everybody's got a credential ID and a password to register yourself as a user. So to be honest, I actually think it lasts even after you graduate. I have a feeling they don't expire. I think they stay alive for quite a long time. So I think as long as we're subscribing to Science Direct as a college, I have a feeling even after 2 years after you graduate, your logins work. I'm not 100% sure, but I think they work for a long time. Anyway, so you have 400 dentistry journals in there where you can search, articles, you can stay up to date, you can subscribe to certain journals, be updated with new information. So it's a great one to have. The online coaching is directly from the dashboard as well. So you have an online portal right here. So if I have my account, I can literally go book online coaching. Now, coaching is your one-to-one sessions or your Viva that you're doing at the end of the program with me. And these are really, don't really book this one. I should actually remove it from this page. But the coaching sessions, now I do say one case, but sometimes we end up discussing two cases. The more prepared you are, the faster I get through a coaching session. So, and I don't recommend beginners starting coaching within 3 months. It's very rare that I've seen a beginner at a level where you actually maximize the use of this session. So give it a few months, attend a few case discussion webinars that are happening almost monthly and sometimes more frequently than a month. So, not every month, some months we have 2 webinars actually. So just try and attend those and you'll get the confidence to eventually book your first coaching session. On average, if you're a complete beginner in orthodontics, I say to book your first coaching session one-to-one with me, maybe 6 months into the program. Or if you've really gone through the e-learning portal and done nearly half of it, the top half of it, then I think you can literally start like in 3 months. The fastest I've seen is Shenli. Shenli's in this group. Shenli was within 3 months presenting to me and doing coaching with me and doing a fantastic job. And when I asked her how she got there so fast, one of the things she said is she spent a lot of time in the portal the first few months. And that really gives you the confidence. And I'll go over the portal in a sec, why that is so good. And now just going back there, you also have, now one thing is key, you also have your list of Zoom webinars. Now this is a test account and I've only assigned myself to 2 webinars. So you only see a list of 2, but you should be seeing a whole list of your webinars that you've been assigned to. You can actually log in and join via here or via the emails that you get as reminder emails. So if you ever want to just have a look at that, save them to your calendar, you can do it from here. Now, the key is the 2-factor authentication setup. Please, guys, without that, you really cannot access the online portal. This is for security as well as authentication. We want to know that you're the one doing the training, you're the one doing the quizzes, you're the one uploading assignments, that it's no one else. And so this is just another way of authenticating that it is you. So you do have to pair the Google Authenticator app on your mobile device with this QR code, unless that is paired and activated. So you've got to scan this with your Google Authenticator app on your phone or your iPad. And then you've got to click activate 2-factor. If this is not set up, you really can't see your e-learning portal. You cannot view it. Now, once it's set up, you can view it pretty much straight away. Now, in my case, I actually have e-learning portal access at the back end, but I'm not able to view it because it will block me. It'll say you have to set this up. So if you ever change your phone, your mobile device, it's a manual process. You have to contact us, you have to email us, and we deactivate it, and then you have to pair it again. So, and I won't go through the rest of it. That's self-explanatory. Now, launching into the next part that I want to talk about is e-learning portal. You do have a YouTube for the beginners. You have a YouTube video, an orientation video that goes through how to search. The search, by the way, those who are joining in the last 3 or 4 months, you have no idea. You have no idea that for several years we have searched so much. We've searched globally for a good e-learning portal. And we have really been so disappointed. And the only negative feedback we ever got was always the portal. I can't find anything. It's too long. It's too difficult. It was really annoying. It was just a very rudimentary, how do I say, very like 1970s portal, even though we had one of the top 3 portals at the time, rated top 3. anyways, we found this amazing e-learning portal. Took us months to onboard, and since October last year, we're in this portal. So people who've experienced the old one and now the new one, they love it. They can see the difference. It has the most amazing intelligent search function. So you launch into your portal via this. Now I'm just gonna kind of go in to show you someone else's account. Just to show you what it's like when you've got your authenticator paired. I'm just going to keep going back. Sorry, guys. I'm in someone else's. I don't know who this is. Who is this? Sorry, guys. Basically, what I wanted to show you is if you've got the two-factor authenticator, you log in via here, enter your two-factor code from your phone, and then you're able to see your online learning and tests, and you're able to go into your portal. So as you go into your portal, what you'll notice is you've got this dashboard, and it's got a whole lot of things. Again, even through the portal, you can book coaching session. You can go to your library. And the main area you'll go is my enrolled course. And I've got several enrolled courses, but you might just have one. And as you launch into it, it'll always tell you when you're going to finish, when this course will expire. And you can always extend it, and it gives you time to extend it. And it gives you a fee for the extension. But contact us before doing that, because sometimes we'll give you a few months if you need just a few months. So you launch into this kind of vertical wall. And you can always view it like this as well, okay? So you can view it however you want. And this, I like it, the vertical wall like this. I can see my section. So I've got my first section I want to go through is the orientation resources. Now, orientation resources will change as of tomorrow or day after. And that's because this webinar is going to be updated and put into the orientation resources. So what we want is our beginners to have an idea of the training plan, to understand what the assessments are, what the instructions are, and really just orient yourself with the requirements of the program. Don't spend too much time on it, just a few hours, maybe 2 days and max. Don't spend too much time on it, just browse for now. This is something that I know is quite loved. It's an ebook that I created, and you can view this ebook. So you can only do, and you must have pop-up, by the way, enabled in your browser, but you just view this ebook, and you can just collapse this if you want. I think you can go compact, and you can view this ebook and read it. Now, I wrote this book like a big time practice manual, actually, with the intention of publishing it one day, and it is being published in a new book that I'm writing. So this will become like a section in the book that I'm writing, and it's all about my practice and how I've set up, you know, my systems, my protocols. My staff can read it, a dentist can read it, orthodontist can read it, and really learn from it. So it's literally all my tips and pearls, and how do I create efficiency in my practice? How do I, you know, do my new patient appointment, for example? What kind of emails I send my patient? What do I do prior to appointment? What kind of records I take? What kind of camera settings I have? What retractors I use? What is happening at that appointment? What happens after the appointment? What happens, you know, when I'm doing my diagnosis and treatment planning, when I'm discussing with my patients the whole treatment process, you know, what kind of things I show my patients, what do I talk about? So they're just some very relevant things, you know, virtual monitoring. How do I do it? How do I introduce it to the patients? What are my protocols? So this is just a book that if you're really interested in like a practice manual of someone's practice, just grab it and read it, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. So these are like your orientation resources, okay? So when we go back, and I'm just going to go back, guys. How do I go back? Sorry, I'm just going to close it. When we go back, you'll see there's more other sections. So you also have a survey. Now, this is where most beginners should start. It's kind of structured in a way leading you from beginners to advanced. The beginners corner's just got a few lectures that are like basic lectures on diagnosis, planning, and record taking. This is about x-rays, crowding and space analysis. And the meaty part, which some dentists, when I asked them, what do you love about the course? They said, when I got into that portal, it's like I hit the lotto, like I won the jackpot, because what you have here is all my letters, templates, instructions that I've ever created. You have it right here. You can literally go in and download each and every one of them. Okay, so this is my new patient consultation letter, my patient consent form. Let me just get this sidebar out of the way. My patient consent form, whatever I have that I've ever created is all there. So you can literally get started with your practice and start to modify these, okay, and have a look at them. You also have my in-office clinical demonstrations. So these are video recordings of how to bond attachments, how to bond a button, how to do IPR, how to bond retainers, what kind of instructions to give patients. So it's videos, and I'm happy for you to watch them with your staff as well. As long as you can't really share them outside of this portal, but if it's for your practice development, feel free to get them to watch some of this as well with you. Now, the biggest part is that you got to get through here. Now, this is your biggest part, the digital orthodontic lectures. So you have your foundation lectures, and there's a lot of them. But the good news is you can see how many. It goes from topic 1 all the way to topic 19. But each topic is divided into segments. So it's 15, 20-minute segments. So you are able to watch videos in 15, 20-minute segments. Many of these come with the handouts relevant to the course, which you can download next to the PowerPoints. And then you have what I call the digital orthodontic 2-day starter course. If you only have 2 days and you're thinking, I'm just going to sit down 2 full days and I'm going to watch some lectures. This used to be my 2-day digital orthodontic starter course, literally. And this is back in the day when I used to run CPD programs. I no longer do that. I just do diplomas mostly. In fact, if anyone wants to join our CPD, I deter them. We have one just for some people from overseas if they want to learn. But I deter them. I say either do the diploma or do nothing, because it's, there's no point learning something 2 days. It's not going to really be that beneficial. So this is the 2-day diploma course. Now, this is slightly different. It was recorded live when I was presenting live a couple of years ago. But I've just put it there because there are some things, some people enjoy the live lectures. So I've just put it there. It's optional if you want to do it. But the orthodontic foundation and core lectures is the most important. And then the biggest part is this clear aligner coaching sessions. You have so many coaching sessions here of so many different cases. They are like any case you can think about: teen root resorption, adult Invisalign class 1, class 1 mild, then you go to class 3, class 2. So many different types of cases, even some Spark. And as we're getting more into Spark, there'll be more cases coming there of Spark as well. And they're really, really good. What I've heard from many people that they've really enjoyed this part. And then you just keep going down until you hit the assessments, okay? So assessments are pretty much down the bottom at the end. And what we're going to talk about now is the diploma training plan. So you guys have got access to a diploma training plan, which I'm just going to share with you here. So I've just sent you all this Excel spreadsheet. I think you can see it, right? Can you tell me in the chat you can see this spreadsheet? Yeah, okay, perfect. So guys, this is a new spreadsheet that's been updated, and it's really helpful for people who are doing month by month. Now, technically, our diploma is supposed to finish in 12 months, but we give you 18 months to finish. So we know it's plenty of time. And what we've done is given you, so you're able to pace yourself, and you're able to, have an active practice and be able to graduate within 18 months. On average, though, people are graduating between, around 12 to 15 months. Some people take 18 months. Some people even go a bit over. So if you're, I'm up till 3 months over, we're okay. So if you wanted to do a 21-month program, you just let us know, give us a reason. Please don't message on Slack when it comes to course extension. Send an email with a proper reason, and we will extend it for you. Okay. So people are just messaging on Slack in the middle of the night, at night, hey, I want to extend. or like, please don't Slack these messages, email them so Brittany can appropriately have a look and assign you the next, the extension. So let's start month by month. So you have your e-learning portal up in the green. You have your e-learning portal, and the e-learning portal is in sections, right? You have these sections are named. So for example, in the first month, all I want you to do is go through these assessments and orientation resources. While you're doing that, also in the e-learning portal, start to look at some of those video demonstrations in the in-office clinical demonstration section, because it shows you how to take photographs, how to take x-rays, what to do, how to prepare your office for record taking. And also you've got an inventory list that actually helps you order some of the equipment that you need, which is generally retractors for aligners, photographic mirrors, some buttons, and some bonding agents. You can read my ebook. It kind of gets you set up for your practice. Review letters and templates that I've provided. So all my instructions, letters and templates, download them, start to modify them for your practice. And while you're doing that, you're probably taking 4 months or so. And then up in the green section, you have something called Beginner's Corner. So by month 2, you need to be starting to do Beginner's Corner. You need to complete the Spark section in case you want to access the Spark portal. If you'd like access to that, do that, but it's optional. By month 3, you should be starting the orthodontic stuff. You should really be watching the digital orthodontic starter course, or even the digital orthodontic foundation lectures, one of those. So start one of those, and it does take you, that is the biggest part of the knowledge. Okay, so it does take you a bit of time if you really want to go through all the content. While you're doing that, this is my suggestion. If you had 7 days, it would probably take 7 days in total. By the way, when I say 7, probably half of that, because I won't explain why. But, we often say this, but we also got to account for people like you guys who've done degrees, and you can go faster than that. So there is a unit that people used to not like as much, but lately, because I've changed the assessments to quizzes, it's much easier to get through this unit. It's a unit about how to do research and what kind of how to critically appraise an orthodontic paper. So some people find it really dry, but I just want you to get through very quickly into that. There's 2 quizzes. To be honest, you can't get these wrong. So the quizzes are all made to allow you multiple attempts and to even show you incorrect answers. So there's no way you can't pass them. I want you to get through this unit, okay? Because now you can do it anytime. You can do it at the end of the course, but the faster you get through it, the better. And just continue on with all the clear aligner sections in your e-learning portal. While you're doing that, by month 5, you should be taking some records for your potential patients, and also preparing your own letters and templates in your practice, using mine as a basis. You should be starting to upload those records to aligner portals, developing treatment plans. Okay, so digital treatment plans by month 6, 7, 8, 9. As you go through the months, you should be really starting treatments by month 10, providing retainers. You should be starting to do a lot more there. And then you're also at the same time starting to, still doing the e-learning portal, like growth concepts. So children's treatment, interceptive treatment. And month 13, 14 are for like stuff that is a bit more smaller and easier to get through, like orthodontic technologies and softwares, interdisciplinary orthodontics. And really from month 15 to 18, the last 3 months of your program, you should just be reviewing stuff. You shouldn't even go into the e-learning portal, unless you actually just have to take quizzes or upload assignments. You should be doing just a whole lot of cases and preparing your case presentations. And this is what I've said here. So assessments, if you really spend less than 1 hour a week, now when I say 1 hour, I mean half of that. If you spend that, really won't take you long to finish. There's a quiz for unit 1. There's another, this is a test. Actually, it's no longer an assignment. It's a test. It's a quiz. Start reviewing so your major assessments, start preparing them, and in the end, complete them. And we'll go over that in a sec. The other thing is, just attend case discussion webinars. The next one is in 2 weeks, I think, in April. attend those webinars. They're actually the area where people learn the most, and continue discussing on Slack, interacting on Slack, learning on Slack. If you do that, this yellow bit here, and you keep attending case discussion webinars, as well as watching the recordings, you're going to find you will learn the fastest there. If I ask anyone here in this group, you know, there's 29 right now, like, where have you learned the most from? They will say case discussion webinar. Am I right, guys? Am I right? Am I right? Yes, 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 yes. Am I right? Is there anywhere else you've learned more? Maybe the coaching sessions in the e-learning portal as well. But the case discussion webinars are very live. They're interactive. We discuss heaps of cases. Okay, so really your one-to-one coaching sessions, when you start booking them, start booking when you're a bit more confident, you've taken good records, you've checked with me on Slack what to do. I've told you, hey, go ahead, let's book a coaching session, and then we're going to do it. And we go really in-depth into it, okay? So let's just, now this is just the diploma plan for you. It gives you an idea from month 1 to month 18, how you're going to get there, okay? And I've actually given you a lot of time here, like 16, 17, 15 to 18 months is literally like relax and just sit there and do it. Now I am going to talk about the assessments because this is completely changed, okay? So just give me a sec. Where was I? Sorry. Can you see my screen now? Yeah. So we've gotten through that, the Slack. One more thing, guys, if you haven't been on the YouTube channel, just go Boss Ortho in YouTube, at Boss Ortho YouTube. It's actually, I don't think you realize how good it is. Sometimes some of the videos are not even in the e-learning portal, and they actually go up there. So for example, if you go into the Boss Ortho and go to the playlist, you'll see the most recent. We have so many playlists, but you'll also see the most recent videos. So if you go to videos, you'll see the most latest, right? Now, this is a video that I think you might have in your e-learning portal, but this one you don't have. There's quite a few videos that actually, you know, you might find very informative. So just every now and then subscribe, keep an eye on our YouTube channel, because we do put things there at times that is not in the e-learning portal. And you might find that just, and some of them are short videos, some of them are good snippets. So I just think our YouTube is, and our YouTube's going to rock a lot more. Like, we've just been pumping it with a lot of content. Like, even like, for example, a video for your dental assistants to how to set up for, you know, issuing aligners, just things like that. Even we have, so you can get your assistants to watch it. But we do have quite a lot of cases in there as well. And yeah, so just keep an eye on that. Now I'm just gonna go back to where I was. All right. Now into the assessments part. So all of you today received an email. The email has a new document. Now it looks like the old document, but what I want you to do is have a look at the bottom of that orange sheet. It says effective 1st of April, 2024. So this effective 1st of April, 2024, that means that is the most recent version. I want all of you to delete the old versions, okay? And there's a new flow chart here. All that flow chart saying instead of 4 case presentations, now you need 3, okay? So we've actually just modified that slightly. We've just discussed the training plan. I won't go into that yet, but let's get into what has changed. So today you got in the Slack, we're going to go through, portfolio by portfolio. So the biggest thing that has happened, guys, your e-learning portals have already changed. You do not have to do a critical reflection report, and you do not have to do a logbook. We found after doing a lot of mapping and thoroughly spending 2 months on like whether these assessments were excessive, and we found that they probably were excessive. You're already doing a full-on lots of assessment, and we wanted to increase the course passing rate and also make it more efficient, okay, rather than slowing you down. So no longer it's there. Let me just get back into it where I was. I had that part. Sorry, guys, just one sec. Sorry. Okay. So I've opened the first one. So number one, you only have now 3 assessments to do when you do your final assessments. The first one is your portfolio A, B, C, D, E. The second one is your Viva, which has to be booked with me. The third one is your final knowledge quiz, which is just a quiz, 63 questions. We give you a couple of hours, multiple attempts, and you can easily pass that at the end. So those are your only 3 final assessments now. So let me share with you the first one, which is going to be your major assessment. Okay, and what you're going to do in this one. So let's just start slideshow. And I'm going to show you. So for portfolio A and B assessment, you have to find 2 cases. As you know, we've made the requirement can be varying ages. Now, don't get a patient under 6 years old, because under 6 years old is not really an orthodontic case. Okay, so anywhere from 6 to whatever age. Can be an adult, 2 adults, child, adult, child. We do want to see a different age group, okay? We don't want 2 teens of the same age. We want to see you with different age groups. So we've divided these into tasks, okay? So now each section has a task. So this PowerPoint is guiding you through what we want you to write. Task 1 is all about the patient needs and what is their history, your examination. It's about trying to find out whether there's any contraindications to orthodontic treatments. Some patients, like really mild cases, have no contraindications. So just write no, okay? Task 1 also will talk about, just talk about can orthodontic treatment really address what the patient's wanting? And if so, it can be just as simple as one line that it does. Why or why not? Here we talk about what are the different options discussed, including no treatment, which is always an option. And whether, and by cost, really, we don't mean that you put your dollar figure, like your 10,000, 8,000. We just want to know in terms of no treatment is obviously $0. Maybe fixed appliances or clear aligners are, $4. Like, just give us a relative proportion. Then we basically want to just know what kind of information you gave the patient for your clear aligner consultation. So it can just be a generic sheet from Invisalign or Spark or something that you've created. We just want you to attach a screenshot of that. So it's kind of giving us evidence that you did it. The extraoral examination, you do have to put a photograph. Now, these records are very important because we've simplified the requirements. You must take good records. Records are everything in orthodontics, especially photographs, okay? So analyzing them really well, and you still have to do what we've done in the template. We've defined it a bit more. So now from TMJ, all we want you to say is it normal or abnormal, and why? MMO, maxillomandibular opening, give us in millimeters. What is the facial muscular balance? So we're giving you the hints of what we want answer here. The yellow is kind of giving you hints of what are the categories to select from. So you're going to tell us, put extraoral pictures. You've got to replicate these of profile and extraoral frontal, smiling and not smiling. Intraoral, you're going to discuss all these points. Okay, so that's task 3. And task 3 continues on intraoral findings. So we're really telling you what we want. We've simplified it. It was actually really excessive. If you look at some of the past templates, you'll see it was really excessive. If there is a tooth size discrepancy, a Bolton's analysis from your clear aligner portal, please attach a screenshot and just tell us what it is, okay? If there isn't, if it's not significant, write that. If you've taken radiographs, tell us which ones and just post them here and then write down what you found here. These are really simple, guys. I mean, you guys know how to do a simple PowerPoint like this. 1 Ceph is a requirement. You must take out of all the 3 cases, you must take 1 Ceph, okay? Ideally for this portfolio A and B. And we need to see in that Ceph that we don't need you measuring numbers. We don't need even angles measured. We just want to know a morphological morphologically, what do you see here? Is it skeletal 1, 2, 3? I want you to learn to diagnose with eyes rather than measuring everything and relying on numbers that can lead to measuring errors. And you can always confirm with numbers, okay? So I just want to know if lower incisors are procline, retrocline, normal. I really don't need a full-on Ceph analysis. This is about taking photographs, what camera you use. If you're using an iPhone with a flash or whatever, just put down what you're using and what your settings are. Very easy to see at the back of your camera, by the way. Also easy to see on your photo. So like, for example, on my iPhone, if I take a photo, I can click I on it and I can see all the information, f-stop, ISO, everything. So we just want to know that you understand photography. And there are lectures in the e-learning portal that guide you into these settings. Also my ebook. Okay, my ebook is full of camera settings. Now we've got the task 6 where you're going to paste these photographs again. Task 7, you're just going to talk really two ways of, what did you do? How did you keep the patient comfortable? Task 7, you're going to, the scan models that you took, you can take photos. We don't need study models, but just photos of digital models in occlusion. So from your aligner software too, you can do that. Okay, you can take screenshots because models are often different to photographs. So we want them as well. And you're doing a space analysis here. Much, much easier, guys. This is really not difficult. If you follow this, it's actually asking for a really specific thing. It's basically just asking, can you give us a screenshot? So just one sec, guys, one sec. So here it's just asking screenshot. Sorry, I'm just going to go back. It's just asking a screenshot of your clinical notes and examination form. Why? We just want a photo here because we just want to make sure that this patient was seen by you in the practice. It's another evidence, okay? It's evidence of accurate clinical note taking. And we make sure you de-identify everything. We don't want any identifiers there. And we just want to know what software you use. So please don't make these wordy. Just write down what software you use, how you're managing these photos, what kind of things you do in your practice, okay? Again, that's another proof of that most likely you've seen this patient. And for one case only, I just want to know, what do you do? And very brief protocol. I just want to know step by step, what do you do? Number 1, patient inquires. Number 2, I do my orthodontic record taking. Number 3, I book a consult again to discuss plan. Number 4, sign informed consent. Number 5, start my treatment. We really just want a very, very brief, quick clinical protocol that you need to develop for this exercise, okay? I don't want any lengthy answers, so we removed the need for that. In the end, 2-line diagnostic summary. Patient has a class 1, then class 2 div 1 malocclusion on a class 2 skeletal base with deep anterior overbite and no growth left. Something like that, a nice summary. Okay, we just want to prioritize problem list. Usually number 1 is patient's concern, right? Whether it's crowding, spacing, whatever that is. Number 2 could be traumatic deep bite. Number 3 could be, buccal occlusion. Try to list it like, what is the worst? Okay, what is the worst thing here? Is it really that bad? And then it goes in priority. And you have lectures in the e-learning portal, how to do a prioritized orthodontic problem list. Then you've got to talk about a little bit of complexities of ortho treatment. And that's what I say. The simpler the case, the less the complexities. So if you're going to pick a very difficult case, you're going to write a lot here. So pick a simple case where you're just discussing, perceived complexities. Could be relapse, it could be endo, it could be infection, it could be anything, but related to that particular patient. We want to know developing treatment plan aims. What are your aims? Skeletal, dental, soft tissue, quality of life. That doesn't change, okay? And your ideal orthodontic treatment plan, what is that? So what is ideal? Ideal meaning correction to class 1. How do we get that? And maybe we're not going to correct to class 1. Maybe we're going to accept the class 2 and just correct anterior alignment. So that's a compromise plan. So give us the 2 differences if there is one. And maybe for some people, the ideal plan is what you're going to do. There is no compromise. Is there any need for referral? If there's not, say yes or no. If there is, just write down why. Here, we just want your first clear aligner plan, the draft plan, the first plan that came back from the manufacturer. We just want you to put a Dropbox link, web link, video, whatever it is. We want to see all 5 views, the occlusal, upper, lower, buccal, left and right, and intraoral, okay? Or just, and many people are putting a web link here where we can click and see it. So we love that. And or you just share that with us, and you basically have to embed it here. And you just have to tell us what notes you gave the technician. So transfers, what did you ask technician to do? Vertical, sagittal, attachments, other. Okay, we just want to know your technician notes. Now, after that initial plan came back, what did you see here? What were the issues? Because it's very rare we're going to accept that plan. In fact, I can't remember ever doing that. So there must be some modifications that you made, and you need to write down what were they. And was there anything beyond biological limits that were concerning? And, what were the strategies you would undertake? For example, you might notice that the technicians dumped the lower incisors forward a lot. Maybe you decided to do IPR then to bring them back a little bit. And then you just have to tell us what retention appliance you're choosing for this patient. There's no right or wrong, as long as it's lifetime retention and it's one form of retainer. You have to just write that down. And then refine, tell us how did you change your initial plan in the 3 dimensions, okay? So what did you do? Give us your technician notes for the second time for your final clean check that you are about to approve, and give us your final clean check that you hit approved, or one you're going to approve for your patient. So we want to see the initial one and the final one, okay, that is close to approval. And that's all we want to see. So if you've gone back and forth with the technician many times, we don't want to see that. Just the first initial plan that the technician gave, and how did you get it to that approved stage, and then put the link of that, okay? You got to classify the complexity of case. We really don't need any explanations, mild, moderate, complex. Any referral required, yes or no? Finalized treatment plan, we want to see a copy of your informed consent. If it's not signed, that's okay. You can just put a blank copy and say, this is the consent you would use. And that is it. So I'm just going to stop it there. Now, it looks a lot, but actually, guys, if you saw the first one, it was massive, okay? It was asking a lot. And this is much more simplified. It's much more to the point. It's no different to actually what the UK people do, just a little bit more. Now, let's go to our portfolio C. So it's very brief, okay? I want you to keep it brief. If you clinic, okay, so June is saying my clinic doesn't have a SEF machine. I think patient can be bulk pay for lat SEF. We need one patient. Now, you don't need to go do it just for the sake of if your patient doesn't warrant a lat SEF, then they don't warrant a lat SEF, but most children do, okay? I would always take a SEF for majority of my mixed dentitions, teenagers, to look at their airway, to look at other things, skeletal, possibly growth left, monitor them. So if your clinic doesn't have, you have to refer for one. If you really, really can't get one patient to take a SEF, which would be very rare if you're going to do ortho, then I'd say we can give you a SEF and you'd have to just do your analysis on that, okay? We can always reasonably adjust anything. Let's go to portfolio C. Now, portfolio C was another one that I personally think was full on. And I think it was, when I started seeing these, I kind of feel like I felt a bit for the people who've actually graduated. Okay, so we modified it. You only need one case, okay? Just a child, mixed dentition, anyway till under 18. 6 to 18 is a good age. Anyone till then, okay? 6 to 17 actually is better, but we will again reasonably adjust. If you really cannot find a young child, we will find something for you and get you to really treatment plan it for us, okay? But look, I've never come into that situation. So let's see how you go. So same thing. Task 1 is where you're doing a little bit of examination of the child, and we're telling you what we want. Estimated dental age. So tell us about their dental eruption. If canines have erupted, most likely their dental age is 12, Second molars have erupted, maybe it's 12 as well. So pace of dental development, is it early, delayed, normal? What's the estimated skeletal age? Are they prepubertal, pubertal, post-pubertal? We really don't need any more than that, okay? Where is the growth expected in the future? For example, if they're 7 years old, you still have some maxillary growth left till the age of 10. But if they're 12 years old, probably only some mandibular growth left. So just tell us that. Compare findings to growth norms. Just tell us whether they're normal, abnormal, how everything is growing. You're going to have to take some photos and x-rays of this child and radiographs. And then you're going to have to put them there, okay? Mixed dentition and edited photos, flipped correctly, edited, oriented correctly. Mixed dentition space analysis, if in mixed dentition. So if your child is not, you're going to ignore this bit. What teeth are erupted? What are unerupted? Potentially impacted teeth. If there's none, you would say none. What is the airway patency here? And really, we're guiding you. Literally everything, we're guiding you what to do. What is the tool used? How do you know patient doesn't have snoring or sleep apnea? Did you do a history, examination, x-ray, questionnaire, interpretation, and what's the risk category? Here, if there is a functional shift present, meaning like for a crossbite, for example, they can shift their jaw into two different centric positions as two different centric occlusion, then you show us a photo of the shift, okay? If you don't have that, if it's not there, that's irrelevant. Again, you would write down here, is there any abnormality in any of these facial, dental, skeletal for the child, habit? And if yes, what are the different correction methods here that you're going to use? Classify case complexity, and if you're going to refer to specialists, just write that down. You got to classify maxillary width. Is it narrow, normal, wide? Is it palatal wall deep or shallow? Is crossbites present? Do you think there's need for expansion? Is it skeletal or dental? What kind of expansion you need? If you've developed a treatment plan for the patient, it would be good that you have, because we do need you to do one child patient. As I said, it can be a huge age, 6 to 17, anywhere between that. You just have to develop a clear aligner plan and just post it here, okay? And write down the instruction to your technicians. You're going to copy and paste that. Images and dental records of and digital records of your plan. Basically, it's all to do with plan. Are there going to be any elastics? And if yes, what are your elastic instructions? Now, this is my elastic instructions that I've given you. So you guys have to modify it for you. So please don't give me exactly the same copy, because it's plagiarism, actually, although I won't say that because I've allowed you to modify, but you need to modify it. So I want to see a modified version, okay? Now, if your patient doesn't need elastic, that's fine. We want to see something generic here. And then and just tell us how you would tell the parent, what kind of techniques you'd use, and just attach your consent form for a child orthodontic treatment. That is it, okay? Actually, again, guys, it is much more simple than before. So only one case as opposed to two. You used to have two cases, functional appliance, this, that. It was very confusing. We said, show us, doing a functional appliance treatment with clear aligners. And I think it was massive. So I'd rather that you got a couple of adults for the portfolio A and B, and you got a child for here. Doesn't matter. We will also take whatever you can. If you just have 3 children, we will reasonably adjust. We will find a way to cover the gap when you come for your Viva. So the Viva is the opportunity where we cover the gap, okay? Ideally, you should be doing your Viva after your portfolios. Don't do before, because it we lose that opportunity to fix anything. Okay, now we're going to go to Portfolio D. Portfolio D has changed incredibly. Portfolio D was massive. So I'm just going to pause here while people are messaging. So Saranya saying, I have a patient of the right age who I was going to treat with a removable appliance instead due to cost of clear aligners. Would it be okay to just come up with an equivalent clear aligner plan for him. Yes, Saranya, so that's fine. You can treat him with whatever, but if you could just develop a clear aligner plan, that would be better. Because we've made it so simple, seriously, you can't really, I can't see that, you know, as long as you have a plan, we do want you to at least give us one child clear aligner plan. It can be for anything because we're giving you a huge age range. It can even be a class 1 in a child. It's fine. Okay. So Priya saying, wow, thank you so much. Yeah. So guys, when you do your coaching with me, you've developed PowerPoints. Literally, this is literally slight extension of that. Okay. Now wait till you see portfolio D&E, massively changed. Yeah, if you're not treating with clear aligners, but I don't want to see a removable appliance plan. We need to have a clear aligner video. Okay, Saranya, is that clear? I want a clear aligner video of a child, okay? A treatment plan, and 6 to 17 years of age. So for portfolio C, it doesn't matter what you're doing. Maybe it's just anterior crossbite correction. But one plan, now we don't need to see initial, draft, final. Just give us your final clean check that you prepared, whatever your technician instructions, and just put a video link for that. Okay, let's get into portfolio D now. Now, this is massively changed as well. Why? Because it was asking too much. I think it was full on. And, you know, I really feel for the previous people. Anyways, this is, well, they've graduated and they've done a good job. So portfolio D. Now, why it's massively changed? Because we're giving you 2 cases. Portfolio D is about interdisciplinary treatment. We're giving you 2 cases, one a child, one an adult, one with a restorative, like replacement of, I think it's something to do with pros. One is a child with pros and the adult is with perio, and both needing orthodontic treatment. What we really want you to do is just create a quick drop. I mean, you haven't seen those patients, so we don't expect you to have a huge summary about them. Okay, we want just a brief summary of what would be the different steps in their treatment plan. So for example, phase 1 would be caries and oral hygiene control. Phase 2 could be referred to specialists for opinions. Phase 3 could be start orthodontics. Phase 4 could be complete restorative. Phase 5 could be retention, okay? And monitoring. Really, this is how simple we want it. And we just want referral letter that you would do. So a simple perio referral or a simple pros referral letter. Okay, so let's get into it. You have a case like this. So it's a 1222 missing in a teen. And we're going to mesialize 1323 in its position, okay, by natural substitution. And here's his x-ray, his OPG. And basically, this is the case study 2, adult with perio, who's literally got advanced bone loss, especially on the low end sizes, and those upper molar as well, the 1/6 as well. And we literally are losing some teeth. So, and moderate bone loss, and look at the 1/6 is pretty much gone. 4/6 is gone, right? So what we want to do is you determine whether there's a need for specialists here. Plan and facilitate. So you're going to plan treatment plan them, phases of their treatment plan, and just basically write brief summaries of their treatment plans and at least 1 referral. So we don't even want 2 referrals actually. So it's task 1. All we want you to do for case study 1, which is a teenager, please a brief. Now I'm saying brief summary. Step 1, caries and oral hygiene control. Step 2, whatever you're going to do, as if it's a patient who came into your office, right? And you now need to work out how to mesialize those canines. When you're going to do orthodontics, when you're going to reshape those canines. Post orthodontics, you're going to do some restorative. You're going to do a retention phase. So we just want you to write that, okay? Whitening, for example, if you want to add whitening to it. I mean, he's a child, but maybe for the adult, maybe some whitening, maybe not. But we're just giving you an idea. I just want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? And there is no right or wrong because everyone will do this differently. In your offices, you might do things differently. For case study 2, which is a perio patient, again, we want to know, just write down phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. When would you do perio? When would you do ortho? What would you do? You know, would you do whitening, retention? Just a quick plan looking at the records we've given you. We don't want this to be too heavy because we haven't given you enough detail. We want to see a template of your perio referral letter. For example, it could just be this. It doesn't even have to be a proper letter written. It could be a template of your referral letter. So only one referral letter for either of the case studies. We don't even need two referral, okay? So, and I mean, to be honest, it would be nicer than this one if you could write one and just create a dummy referral letter, especially the perio is the one that you could really talk a lot about. And that's it. Okay, this should really not take you more than 1 or 2 hours. Okay, so this is all that we need. Can I ask, so referral letter for just one case and just a brief treatment plan, phasing plan. We just want to say, when would you reshape the canines, for example? When would you restore them to mimic them to look like laterals? Okay, can I ask, how does this look to you? Portfolio D. Big change. Okay, if you see the past examples, men, they've put in so much effort. And I mean, especially Monica Farrelly's assignments were just full on, even Purvesh's, and like unbelievably long. And yes, it cannot be as harder than that. Now, what we've done is we've really kind of gone, this is our program. This is what we want to see. Why are we making them do all of this stuff? Okay, so it's obviously taken me a good, guys, nearly 2 months of sitting down, because at the end of the day, it has to come from me, right? I'm the main person designing the program. And to be compliant with ASQA, at the same time be compliant with what we're doing, has been very difficult. We've gotten there, and I'm showing you basically that's what I want. Okay, so this is easy. Portfolio D, eye close would be the first thing you do. Okay, let's go to the next one now. Okay, who's loving this? Who's loving this so far? Anyone loving it? Raise your hands. Raise your hands. Oh, we're getting emojis. Okay, thank you. I love emojis. Okay, guys, you don't know how much we have worked towards this. I have gone mad, actually, because we also have to stay compliant. So we cannot take too much away, but we needed to simplify. So this is really, really good. Okay, loving it, loving it. Okay, very good. Thank you, thank you. Okay, 2 new messages. Karina, loving it. Yeah, thank you. Okay, let's go portfolio E. Okay, again, you're gonna love this. Okay, it was full on, full on. And what we're telling you here, we're basically telling you, we want you to do 3 things. Now, one of the things with our program is it is based on not just knowledge, it's based on knowledge and skill. So we have to assess you to give you the diploma award. We have to assess you on a skill as well, not just theory. So theory, we're assessing you in our quizzes, in other ways with the cases, we're kind of discussing theory as well, and in the Viva. But when it comes to skill, we just want to see like a snippet of that you've learned something. So something as simple as bonding an attachment bracket or button, performing an adjustment of an appliance clinically or virtually. Okay, it could be just a clear aligner. Somebody sent you a photo, there's an unseat, and what instruction you gave to the patient. Or it could be that you actually asked the patient to come in, maybe something broke and you actually adjusted the appliance. Okay, and it can even be clear aligner. Okay, and fitting or adjusting a fixed or removable retention appliance. Okay, we prefer this to be in a live patient, and we prefer this not on a typodon, but we understand if you have to do it on a typodon, we'll accept that. Okay, now what we're doing here is we're showing you a demonstration. So we're showing you the steps to the bonding. You also have accompanying video in your e-learning portal. We're showing you're going to etch it, you're going to dry it, you're going to apply some bond, you're going to maintain moisture control, you're going to fill in your template, you're going to put the template in, you're going to bond the attachment. Now, I know many of you were actually doing all of this in your practice, even recording videos, and then sending it to us. Sorry, guys. No, it's not, can you see it? It's water. Okay, just show it. It's not gin, it's not vodka, it's water. Oh. Although today is a good day, tonight's a good night for gin. We're not discussing cases. Okay. So All right. So basically, what we were getting from people is like, again, very intense. And I think, I mean, you're in the middle of a patient, you're taking photos and videos and recording and showing us how you bonded attachments. I think that was pretty excessive. And this is what we're showing a finished apartment. So this is demonstration, okay? The part of this PowerPoint is demonstration. We don't need this part, but this is for you. We basically are then showing you a fixed retention, however you did it, doesn't matter. On a model, you can, or you did it in the mouth, and then you're going to perform these tasks in your practice. So all I want, you have 3 slides at the end. Task 1, task 2, task 3. So let's go back to task 1. Task 1, we just want a photo. I mean, you can go crazy and put a video. Just put a photo of a bonded attachment from your practice. Okay, please don't take a Google image, because we do run it through a software that can pick up things like that. Has to be, your own patient. And we just want to see a photo of something bonded on your patient. We don't need to see the patient's face, just basically a photo is enough. So am I getting this very clear? I don't even need a video. If you want to go over the top, that's fine. I just want to see a photo here of a patient in your chair who's had an attachment, a button, or any auxiliary or bracket bonded, to just verify that you know how to bond correctly. Okay. Task 2, this is your second slide. Here, you're just going to basically show us an aligner unseat, for example. That's the easiest one. Even if the patient came in the chair, right, they put the aligner on. If there's an unseat, take a photo of that. Doesn't have to be through virtual tracking apps or dental monitoring. It can be in the chair. So take a photo of that and then show us what you did, what kind of instructions you gave the patient as troubleshooting or adjustment. And you just put a photo here and tell us that. Now you can go all over the top and put a video, that's fine. Or we just want one photo. Okay, one photo, task 1, one photo here. Oh, sorry. And then, sorry. Task 1, task 2, task 3. So there's 3 slides only you got to do, guys, and 3 photos you got to put. Task 3, just put a photo of a fitted, fixed, or removable retention appliance, okay? You can do this on a typodon or on a patient that you've done it for. We want to see it bonded. Again, do not use Google Images, because we do run it through and it can pick that up, okay? So it has to be your patient. And ideally, you want to just, we don't even need anything written. So now, 3 slides only to do portfolio E. 3 photos is all we need, okay? This is the simplest that we could have made it for you. So yeah, portfolio E, again, if you've got a patient where you've done all this, and we want you to do it if you're going to be 18 months in the program, right? And worst scenario, if you haven't gotten to the retention stage, please just take a photo of a model with a retainer on it, and that's fine by us as well, okay? Cannot get easier than that. That's why portfolio A and B don't skimp, because we made D and E so simple that you can't get it wrong. All right. So don't skimp on A, B, and C, because again, A, B, and C, if you look at the past ones, we've again made it simple. Now, back to the second assessment, which is Viva. So I'm just going to share my screen again. The Viva questions have been sent to you today. It has been updated. It's just more meaningful now. And sorry, guys, it's just coming up. Why is it taking? So I hope you're seeing that. This has been uploaded in your e-learning portals. By the way, all of this is already, if you now go click on any of those, all the files have been replaced, and it's been put in your e-learning portal as well. The reason we emailed on Slack to you the new files, we want you to delete all the old files, the assessment instructions, marking guides, they've all been changed. Okay, and then just start from that again. So Viva's got 6 parts. It should be done and all we have is just a few extra questions, okay? And we made the questions a little bit more streamlined, okay, as well. And we just want to basically go over, like, how do you do this in your practice? Tell us a bit more. This is the other way. By doing it online, ASQA, which is our regulator, says to us, how do you know? How do you know that your dentists that are learning from you, they know how to do this? So because you're not doing a face-to-face assessment. So we've created these things, these dummy questions to kind of assess your communication skills, your systems, your protocols, how you do things, and give you feedback on it. Actually, the Viva is my favorite part because I really talk to you about how do you do this in your practice? What do you do? Here's my tip. You should be doing that. Why don't you try this? Right? So it literally helps you develop your practice. So these are the questions. You can download them. We are going to be going through these questions. Now, there's times, like, for example, I'm asking you a question on IPR. How do you perform IPR in your practice? How would you do 0.1 millimeter, 0.2, 0.5? So these are just questions I'm going to ask you, like how you're going to determine when to bring the patient back next time. Of course, this is the reason this is a final Viva at the end is by then you would have gone through the portal. Again, these questions are more like a discussion and chat. So go have a look at them. They have changed slightly, but it's not that much, okay? So you can have a look at these Viva questions. The Viva will still take 1 hour. And what we did was if there was any deficiencies, we added a couple of questions in the Viva. For example, we weren't assessing IPR enough. So we added some more questions about IPR in the Viva rather than making you do another assignment, okay? So we've dumped a few extra things in Viva, but again, very minor changes. And the last thing is the final knowledge quiz. Literally nothing has changed in that. So if I go to the final knowledge quiz, just give me a sec. It is exactly the same still. I think you can see it. It's still the same, 63 questions, hasn't changed. And we just went through the quiz a bit more and refined it. So you've got some quiz questions here. And again, the quiz is the easy part because the quiz, you can't get it wrong. And you have multiple attempts and it shows you, on average, people are completing the unit 1, which is a research-based unit quiz, I think in 5 to 7 minutes. The second quiz for that unit, which is like, we give you 5 hours, but people are doing it in half an hour to 1 hour, or half an hour they're doing it, because that one requires a bit of reading. And then the final knowledge quiz. So there's total 3 quizzes in your portal, and we'll just jump into the portal to show you that. There's total 3 quizzes in your portal. If you go down the bottom here, this is your curriculum. So you have knowledge quiz of the first unit. On average, people are doing this in 5 to 7 minutes. This is called a test, but it's actually a quiz. It requires you to read a bit and then answer questions. So this, we give you 5 hours, multiple attempts, and that one most people are finishing in 30 minutes. Then we have portfolio A and B, C, D, E, which I just showed you, new templates, the Viva, which you have to book with me. Please always allow a month before the Viva, because if you're going to do it last minute, it's really annoying. Give it a good month, okay? And the final knowledge quiz, okay? So the final knowledge quiz is down here. So this is in your e-learning portal. All assignments are uploaded via e-learning portal. So if I click on that, you will see that I'm able to go and I have 3 uploads to do, okay? So I have upload number 1, which is for case 1, upload number 2, and my plagiarism declaration. All the assignments have got the resources you can download. So before you upload the assignment, you've got the plagiarism declaration cover sheet here. You've got the assessment instructions and marking guide. So this is all replaced in the e-learning portal. If you click on it now, it'll be the new version, which just starts from 1st of April. Actually starts from today, but we've kind of put the new version everywhere. So you won't, if you click on something, won't get the old version. So this is how easy we have made it, guys. I'm going to stop here and I'm going to ask, I'm happy for you. I'm just going to, allow people to talk, okay? Allow people, all of you to talk if you want to talk in. And I'm just allowing you. So please tell me, give me some feedback, because I also do need feedback on what you think, what we've done, what we've achieved. So I've just allowed you to talk. Who's loving this change, guys? I'm loving it. I could do this like with my eyes closed. I mean, 3 cases is not a lot, and we're being very specific what we want you to say. So guys, yeah, tell me what you can talk in, so you can mute, unmute.
Hi, Dr. Ved, this is Priya. How are you?
Hi, good. How
I
are
think
you?
I think I should be the first one to tell because I'm the one who eagerly looking forward to the change. And I really appreciate all your time and the feedback you take into account. And I'm more confident now that I can finish the course now.
Oh,
So
good. D&E, easy. Just do it.
I know. I'm good that you made it just before the Easter break. So I'm
Yes.
really looking forward to the Easter break.
Yes.
Utilize that. And
Yes.
looks like I'm actually, 200% confident now I can do this.
So one of the things we realized was we did a very thorough mapping of everything we're teaching and how it's being assessed. And I mean, it's very, very detailed. To be honest, it was pending for 2 years, and finally I sat down to do it. And we realized that, we were having some people like yourself, Priya, who are busy in practice and or they don't engage. They don't engage with sitting down and doing hefty PowerPoints. So we realized that why are we making them do this? This is the outcome we want to see. So we just want to get to that outcome in the PowerPoint. We don't want to make it so like, like for example, portfolio D&E were massive. Actually, people were spending a lot of time on them. If you see the past examples, they were pretty bad. Portfolio C as well with 2 children was quite a lot. People were kind of going, I don't have 2 kids. I don't do that many kids. So we had that issue as well. So we kind of changed some of the requirements, and we added a few more questions in the quiz to cover what was missing in portfolio C. So anything that we kind of took away, we just put it, sorry, not in the quiz, in the Viva, because Viva, you and I are discussing. So it's actually something that's going to be very easy for you to actually get through, and I've never had one bad Viva, actually, never. So, and Viva is always at the end. So anyone else, guys, how excited are you to finish the program now? So some of you are at the tail end, some of you are middle, some of you are just beginning. How excited are you? So,
Hi, Dr. V.
hi, Rangana saying, looks to me when I saw the portal first, I see this webinar, you've simplified it well. Hope I can do it without trouble. Yes, you will. So the portal will change. So those who've just joined recently, the only thing I haven't changed is that assessments webinar, which was full on 2 hours. And also so that is going to change. This webinar is actually going to be the new orientation webinar, okay, for the training and assessment. The training plan too is really good. That month by month is really good. It gives you an idea where you should be at. I really think you should use it. We've modified it. It wasn't updated, so we've updated it, modified it, and it's good. Saranya said, I'm going to do portfolio D&E over the Easter. You can do it tomorrow. Come on. Why even wait till Easter? I must be the oldest candidate on boss. Yes, Neha. Actually, I don't know. I have to check that. I think there's one older than you. There's a couple older than actually no, there's 3 older than you. I don't forget them. Okay, absolute beginner here. Ashani, excited to get going with much simplified assessments. Yeah. Look, you know what? At the end of the day, we want you to get this award. We don't want dropouts. And I'll be honest, over the last 2 years, we have had a dropout rate of 5 to 10%, which is not cool. And majority of the times they're dropping out because they're like, I've done the training. I couldn't be bothered doing the assessment. It's very sad because you're paying all this money. You've done it. You're actually doing cases in your practice. Why shouldn't you get the award for it? So it made me also realize that some of the assessment requirements were a little bit full on. Look, this is an ongoing process. And as the course progresses, even next few years, it's going to evolve and change. So every cohort makes it better. I mean, our new e-learning portal is because 2 years we couldn't find anything better, and we had so much negative feedback. New portal, who loves the new portal? By the way, Gayatri is asking a question. Can we use the same patient? Ideally, no. No, please don't use the same patient because we're wanting to see 3 cases. We are saying we want 3. So don't. Yeah, so who's loving the new portal? Yeah, this is good too. So Karina's saying I was overwhelmed, 8 to sit down and take the task. Hi, Karina. Just speak in. I've allowed everyone to talk.
I was just saying that when I started, I'm probably one of the oldest ones. I was a little bit sick, and so when I started and I scrolled down that massive list of things to do, I thought, oh, I don't think I can do this.
Yeah.
But now that we've gone through it again, yeah, I think. Thank you so much for simplifying it. It's very hard when you have a practice to run and you've got kids
Yeah.
in primary school and high school.
Yeah.
One's going for HSC and stuff, and now you were talking about portfolio, just add a photo, and I was while you were talking about that, I was looking at my phone, going, oh, that one's a good one, that one's a good one. I think that one's a good one.
Easily, you know what? If you've developed, we just get 3 cases, just get to the point of a clear line of plan. If you have that, just copy paste your technician instructions. We don't want it to be fancy. I don't want you to spend too much time making it pretty, fancy. Right to the point, what you think. I don't want deep, because there were actually a lot of things. Attach a 1,000 word protocol, attach 500 word this. If you look at the last portfolio A and B, it was full of that kind of stuff. So we're like, why are we making you do 1,000 word this, So I think apologies to anyone in the past who's graduated, because it was full on. It was full on. And
Thank you, Debbie. That's really helpful. And I'm really looking forward to finally trying to finish this. I've been like sitting at 70% mark, like for a long time now.
yes,
So I'm just hoping in the next month I'll finish everything.
yes, yes, yes. So what I'm doing an immersive new view. Who's this? Oh, what just happened? Everyone else went away. Oh, sorry, guys. I don't know how to fix this now. I just tried something new.
That's cute.
Sorry. Okay, so this is very good. Okay, now Shenli wants to ask, guys, just speak in because I've allowed you to talk. It's easier when we're talking.
Hi, Dr. Vandana. Thank you so much for simplifying it. It's really, really good.
Who says Shenli, yeah?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. So what I wanted to ask was, as I was going through the papers that you put up. For example, I was looking for like the Royal London Space Planning Part 2.
Yeah.
And I was trying to access it through the online library, and sometimes it only gives me a summary, or sometimes it doesn't. I can't.
Yeah. So we only
I have
have
no idea where to get the paper from.
yeah, I got it. So basically, we're not able to access everything. So Science Directors is one database, which is quite a big database, and you have EBSCO, you have others, right? We don't have access to that. So if it's a particular paper you want, if it's orthodontics, most likely I have it. You can message me on Slack. Maybe I have it. I'll send it to you. But if you don't have it, if you're an ADA member, ADA is amazing. They get it to you like in 1 or 2 days. Just email them. Can I have this paper PDF? They send it to you. I mean, if you're an ADA member, the ADA library is fantastic. I use it a lot of the time. Sometimes I can't get papers. Does that help, Shenli?
Yes, that does. Yeah, because I've been trying to look for the Part 2 for quite a while, and I didn't know how to look for it. So yeah. Okay.
It's an old paper, and also Science Direct only gives access to like last 10 years or something.
Okay.
So as they become older too, it doesn't give access. And but look, we chose Science Direct because it has a lot of the top major journals, especially like in perio, ortho, even other areas. But there will be those certain journals that it doesn't have, like Angle Orthodontist is complete separate. I think some of the smaller journals are in EBSCO. So Royal London Space Analysis is quite old, but just message me. Most likely, if it's a key ortho paper, I have it.
Okay, thank you. Can I also ask one more thing? Sorry. So the last bit where you were putting the fixed retainer, you just need the one photo, or you need a couple of photos on that?
Just one. I don't
one.
even
Okay,
want more
thank
than
you.
one.
Yeah. All right.
People have gone before, put videos. It's our fault because we asked for all this. One photo, just show it on type it on our live page what you bonded. But please make sure, we have picked up one person who put Google image, and we went back and we said these are Google images. So we were able to actually verify from a software. So please do not do that, because that's a bit like cheating. And if you really don't have a patient, just put it on a model, show us on a model with a putty key or a retainer, a fixed Essex retainer on a model. Like seriously, we've got this that easy for you. There's no need for you to go get a Google image. Okay, and any other questions, guys, to the beginners? Troy, who's just joined us yesterday. Hi, Troy. I just wanted to know, Troy, what's your background and how much do you know about ortho? Hi. Oh, Cynthia, no, Troy.
Yeah, I'm just starting. So yeah, just wanting to learn more.
Yes.
Obviously, a very steep learning curve. So yeah,
Are
just
you
want to
an
get
absolute beginner, Troy?
pretty much
Okay, no problem. You're the one who'll gain the most then.
good.
You will, absolute beginners go from 0 to wow, actually.
Good.
And it usually 6 to 9 months. My biggest tip is actually Shenli has to do it. Shenli, can you give the biggest tip? Because she's fantastic. She's a Queenslander as well.
Hi, yes, sorry. So the
Shenli,
biggest tip.
yeah.
Most of the learning, good night. Sorry, I was saying good night to my daughter. Yeah, the biggest tip is basically I found that sitting down and doing a good few hours on it, especially over the weekend if you get time, and 2 times the amount. I do slow down. It's not exactly 2 times, probably 1.5, because I do slow down the video in certain points where I make some notes and I get back onto it. Yeah. But
And how many hours you're spending a week? Like you're now 4 months into the program, isn't it?
yeah. So initially I was spending quite a bit of time because especially it was New Year's and also we had a bit of downtime. So it got like a good 6 hours sometimes. Yeah. And then my parents were here as well, so that really helped taking care of the kids. But yeah, basically just plow through the major part of all the webinars. And once you get through that and get onto the case discussions, yeah, that's where I can literally put all the information into the portfolio already. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically that's a great tip because Shenli within 3 months was doing her first coaching with me and doing it really well. And she knew exactly. And I was like, oh, how did you get this much confident? Like it's so quickly. And even there was another one who I don't know if she's here today. Elida, I don't know if she's here today. She is also like fantastic. And anyone I ask that, right, they'll say, oh, the first 2-3 months, I spent a lot of time in that portal. And to be honest, if you ask some of the people who are at the tail end of finishing, once you've done the portal, you don't keep going back there. Like you don't keep going back and watching them over and over again. So just do it first, stop, do it as much as you can, get to the point where you go, right, I'm confident. Let's start taking records. I've got my letters, templates, instructions. I've got that. Because what the boss portal is knowledge, skill, and then practice development. So it gives you all three a very well-rounded sort of picture. Because I don't believe you can just have knowledge and skill and do good ortho. I don't believe you can. The biggest challenge in ortho is patient management, practice management. Actually, it's very difficult because they're long ongoing treatments. Patients' lives changes, your lives change, everything changes. And so it requires really good communication, understanding, management, and systems and protocols. So that is also something that I teach because I just think it needs all three. And that's the book that I'm writing. The book that I'm writing is called Winning Orthodontic Workflow. Wow. And it's going to have those 3 sections. So it's about knowledge, skill, and practice development. And that book is going to be released hopefully this year. I keep saying last year, but this year. But that's really what I believe. It's like somebody can pick up that book and go, I've got knowledge, I've understood some skill, I can see how to do some cases. And now I have my practice set up as well to do it. So it's all about that. So okay, thank you. So Shenli just said agreed, as you have to keep encouraging patient not to burn out too. Yeah, patients get tired as well. On average, I think 12 months an adult, 12 to 15 months an adult gets tired. And children are fine. They usually go a couple of years, easy, maybe even 3 years, they'll keep going. So because a lot of their peers are going through ortho, they're fine. But adults, 12, 15 months, maybe 18, and then they get quite burnt out. All right, so thank you guys for watching. I hope, are there any other questions? I hope you're excited to do your assessments. I hope I see really, I'm excited to mark, because if I'm just marking one photo and I'm just marking, very simplified things, it makes me happy too. It's easier for us to mark as well. So I hope you can do these. if you have any problems, email us early. Slack is okay to just talk to me, but just email us because a lot of these things we want logged. And by emailing us, if you, for example, can't find a patient, or if you need to reasonably adjust something, contact us early on, and we will often tell you, look, wait till the end, maybe you'll get few more patients, but look, it's very unlikely. Most people have managed to get a couple of adults, one child, or like an adult, a teenager, and a mixed dentition. You should be able to get that. So but there's no rush for these final assessments. For the beginners, you just know that at the back of your mind, that's what you have to do at the end. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this. Thank you very much. Enjoy Easter. Happy Easter. And yeah, portfolio D&E, everyone, I want to see it tomorrow. I want to see a lot of submissions tomorrow. D&E should be so easy for you. Okay, so remember everything. Brief, keep it brief. Don't do paragraphs. Okay, thank you, guys. Thank you. Well done. And I'll see you in a couple of weeks for case discussion. By the way, show of hands, should we add another case discussion in April? Should we add another case discussion? Show of hands, hands. I'm not getting enough emojis or hands. If I don't get enough emojis or hands. Okay, can somebody write down, is it going to be 3rd April? Because we're having our next webinar. I don't know how dire it is, but are we wanting the webinar on the Wednesday, 3rd April? Because we're having one on the 10th of April anyways. So are we wanting it 10th of April and 17th of April, or 3rd of April and 10th of April? Or give me dates quickly, guys. So because we will announce another one in April. We can even do 24th April, but then we have another one. 10th and 17th. Yeah. Then we have another one on May 1st, but that's fine. So 10th and 17th, everyone. Yeah, 10 we're already having. Give me a date, everybody. Yeah, 17. Okay, so we'll add an additional webinar on the 17th for case discussion in case you have some cases. We're doing on the 10th as well, 17th as well. As usual, you'll get recordings and if you miss it, but I'm just adding an additional one in case you guys have cases, and we'll see how we go. Maybe that'll be a bit shorter. So it could just be 1.5 hour quick check-in if you have some cases to discuss. Okay, guys, thank you very much. We'll add you all to that. Thank you. Bye. Good night.
Good night.
Hi. Who said hello?
Hi, Dr. V. Just sorry, one last question. So it doesn't have to be in any particular order, the submission. So we can do D and E first.
Yeah. Do anything first. Doesn't matter. You can even do the Viva first, to be honest, but it's just better if you do the Viva after the portfolios. It'll make more sense as well. Because often in the Viva, I'll go, look, I looked at your portfolios and I saw this is your consent form, this is that. It's ideal. But if you really wanted to do Viva first, that's fine too. We can make it work. But most people will do portfolios. I've never had anyone do Viva before portfolios, ever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so but D and E you can do first, C you can do first, and A and B you can do at the end. You could do final knowledge quiz tomorrow. You know, remember the quizzes, you have multiple attempts, guys. You can't get it wrong, so just go do it. Okay, just go do it. It's also a learning exercise because it's going to teach you, it's going to show you the incorrect answers. So it kind of teaches you and forces you as well to learn. It's not about being marked. It's about, you have to get 100% to pass. It's about also learning. So it's okay to just go attempt it. And the first attempt, maybe you don't get it. And second attempt, you should get it. Actually, it won't let you go to the next question till you mark everything correctly. It won't let you go forward.
Thank you,
That's
Dr. V.
amazing.
So,
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
sorry,
Miss
Priya,
Priya?
Dr. V.
Yeah.
So after submitting all the portfolios, do we have to wait for the result to come before booking the Viva, or just submit and then book it?
Oh, good
No.
question. No, just submit. Yeah, just submit.
Okay.
As long as I have a bit of submission when we do the Viva, it helps me kind of orient and go, okay, so this is something I've already seen, because we can skip some Viva questions. If I've already had a look at something, I'll go, oh yeah, we can skip this. I've seen this one from you. And yeah. So the Viva
you
also,
need some time to go through the submitted portfolios anyway. Maybe a couple of weeks later submitting the portfolio, maybe. for the Viva
Yeah.
to give you some time to go
Yeah.
through the portfolio?
You'll not even need some time. Seriously, it can be the next day.
Just book in. Okay,
It's
just
fine.
book in.
If you submit your portfolio, D's and E's are nothing. It's more A,
Mm.
B, C.
Yeah.
And if you just submit them and even the next day doing Viva, it's fine.
It's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. V. Yeah.
You're welcome. And have a
Hi.
go. Like, even if, sorry, if your A, B, C's aren't complete, have a go. I just don't like people say, oh, can you have a look before I submit? I go, just submit, because it's not like you're not going to fail, right? There's no pass or fail. So if I don't like something, I'll just tell you, hey, can you modify this? Maybe I'll accept it, right? Maybe I will go, oh, this is brief, but it's to the point. I'll accept this. So because it takes a lot of our time assessing, giving you feedback on just to get the assessment through. So I'd rather you submit it and then I have a look. But we never ever mark one case at a time. So when you're doing portfolio A and B, we say submit 2 cases together. So if you just submit one, it's just, again, it takes a lot of time because I mark, then there's another person who marks and a third person who agrees. So it takes a lot of time that way. And if you just submit one case at a time, it's just really drip feeding. So we prefer a couple of A and Bs together. C is only one. So you submit it as is. D's and E's you can submit together or separate, doesn't matter.
So with A and B, I'm planning for probably a 24-year-old and a teenage,
Yes.
and another teenage for the C. Is that okay?
Perfect. That's
Yeah.
fine. Whatever you've got. My tip to you is keep it simple. Your mild
Yeah.
relapse cases are the best.
Yeah.
Because your contraindications are low, your complications, sequelae are no, they're mild cases, you have less to discuss. If you're going to go like really advanced cases, right, severe crowding, there's a lot to discuss. There's a lot of options.
Yeah.
So if you missed an option, we might probe you on that in the Viva and say, well, this option's missing. What do you think of that? You know?
Yeah.
So it's fine. It's okay. Like, it just depends on if you want to make this the easy part and learn, like, you know, make these assessments easier. You really want a challenging learning exercise. It's up to you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Dr. V.
Yeah.
Hi, Dr. V.
Yes.
I'm Shweta. So I just had a question regarding portfolio C. So I'm doing it for my son, and I took the OPG and the lateral ceph for him. And at that time, his teeth were still present, CD specifically, and now his teeth have started shedding. And
Yes.
I cannot start his treatment until CD are extracted. So can I still use the same
Yeah.
OPG lateral ceph, and can I use him?
Yeah. And you can, I mean, we don't need to see any evidence of treatment starting on any of your portfolios. The only reason portfolio D has, we just want to see your bonding skill. It could just be an emergency patient. You just bonded something, okay? There is no requirement to start a case, but ideally you should be starting some cases, you know? So, we don't need your portfolio A, B, C, any of those cases to actually start.
All right. Okay. So I could use the previous x-rays and still, but the
Yeah.
scan would have his teeth, some of his
That's
teeth
fine.
fallen off. Yeah, that's all
fine.
good.
We can understand. You can just say OPG taken this day, scan taken this day. We can literally work it out what's
Right.
happened. Yeah.
Okay.
That's no
All
problem.
good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
sometimes we'll take a scan 6 months, and children's changes happen within 3 months, actually. So yeah, it's fine. Just put the dates there so we can see, okay, OPG was there and the scan was there, so it makes sense.
Okay. All good. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Okay, any other questions, guys? I think just get cracking. You just got to get to the end of the program now. To the beginners, you just got to get to the end because this is the fun part now. Portfolios have become fun. The nightmares have become fun, you know? Yeah, so best wishes, guys. This is the best I could do for you. I've made it simple so you could really, you know, we also want to make it a bit of challenge for you. So I couldn't take away everything. So I did what I could, and I really thought this would increase your passing rate, your finishing rate. It would engage you more, and it's not going to give you this anxiety or have to do my assessments. Okay, trust me, it's a lot easier, and we are like, the marking people are not bad people. Okay, so just submit it. Basically, submit it, and that's it. That's all you need to do. Okay. Thank you guys. Enjoy the portal. Okay. Hope you enjoy. We'll put this recording. This will replace the older webinars, and or everything's in the e-learning portal updated. Check your email. You've got all the new downloads there, and enjoy. And I see you after Easter for the case discussion 10th April, and we'll add 17th April as well. Okay. Bye guys. See you then.
See you. Thank you.
Bye.